Welcome. The Fresh Air is overrated. The weekly source for anything gaming with Wild Matt and Curbs.
And Steiner.
Again.
That we didn't plan out, because we plan out every show. It's always great, isn't it, Steiner?
Oh yes,
It's always
a couple
planned
more like
out and awesome.
E3, like day 1, day 2, day 3 type things as well. So
No, those were full episodes.
they were.
Yep, I progressed to those because I was just like, yeah, these are actual episodes.
Okay.
It wasn't just us sitting around drinking beer, and it wasn't just us sitting around and playing video games. Yeah, those are the.
Yeah, we used to play games a lot, but not really anymore.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And you have a kid, and you only play StarCraft, so that's another.
Only
thing.
play StarCraft.
Only
I play
play
Fallout 4 as well. Come on.
Only play StarCraft mainly. Fallout 4, old games. Let's say old games.
I play PC.
Sure.
Get something on the PC and we'll play.
Well, God,
PC.
you know my computer? Cuphead would be awesome if it played online.
It doesn't have online?
Pretty sure it's only local. Yeah, because I want to say it's only local because it's like a console game, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to play locally and have fun. No, I didn't say Nintendo. I didn't say Nintendo. That's not what I said. I never said
local
Nintendo.
co-op single player. Yeah, it doesn't say on splits. Shared split screen. It doesn't actually. Yeah, it says local co-op. It doesn't actually say online.
I don't know what shared split screen means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Anyways, hey, it's Monday, November 13th. That is the day of this podcast. And megascorcher.com. That's our website. Go check it out. VODs, MP3s, all available there. If you are into sweet RSS feeds, you can go get an exclusive 360p feed there for our video. But hey, if you want the 720p feed or the audio, you can find all that stuff on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict or wherever else you find podcasts. And then as our live, we air on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and we are under Mega Scorcher TV on all those channels. So check us out. And that does it for the introductions. And I swear I had a game that I played this week, and I probably should have wrote it down.
But then you forgot.
Totally forgot. No, well, so it's been a long week for me. Last week, I watched wrestling for 6 nights in a row.
Right.
And all the tapings were 4 hours each.
Wow.
But I did not stay the full 4 hours, except for the Sunday and the Monday. And then the other days, I just said, fuck it. If I get bored, I'm going to leave. And then some other days, I just showed up late. And that was all right. That was a good solution to not being there for 4 hours. And then the second night, I dropped my phone and I totally smashed it.
Nice. Your brand new phone.
Yeah, like 2.5 months ish that I got it. And now I paid $394, no, something like that to fix it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Because I was an idiot and forgot to get the the whatever their Samsung calls their plus plan to cover accidental damage. Yeah. I forget what it's called. Apple Care is the Apple one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been nice to get because I think it's $14 a month or something like that on top of it, which is just like would have been useful now.
Yeah, after 2 months, it would have only been $30 or 3 months.
Yeah,
or
well.
whatever.
So I'm gonna get it back and put a case on it.
I always have a case. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Well, the iPhone 5 is pretty durable. It only really broke once on me, and it wasn't that bad. And I usually do have a case on my phone.
Yeah,
it's just
Like I understand, like an unbox case or whatever, those giant motherfucker. I wouldn't use that, but
Yeah, no, that's
like,
the thing
just a
about
simple-
the S8 is it's all glass. So it's
yeah.
a case is I like a case, but I just feel like it's gonna break in the case anyways. But hey, now it's I don't
Like
know.
I've dropped my phone twice, and actually one of the times I have a protective Gorilla Glass on top of my
Like a
screen,
sticker.
and that broke opposed to my screen breaking. So that was $8 to replace,
Oh, that's
opposed
good.
to like 450 for a new phone.
Well, I was thinking about putting one of those things on it too.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what. Yeah, it's some tempered, skinny little weird thing that works pretty damn well. So it took the impact opposed to the screen itself.
yeah, no, that's nice. That's good. But then I got some Gorilla Tape and I just taped up the parts that were really shattered.
Mm,
Because the screen itself was okay. It's just the edges of it were pretty bad.
yeah.
So that's my story. I don't remember what I played. I do not remember. So you played StarCraft 2?
Yep.
Fallout?
Yep. And then I gave up on Dawn of War 3 because the controls and the unit AI is just fucking horrendous. Once you get into like it's just so bad. It's so slow and like, oh my god, it's not an RTS. It's like some sort of weird MOBA thing. I don't know. It was just annoying me, so I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore.
MOBA. Psh.
It's something like it's not really an RTS. Like just the response time of the units is atrocious. The AI is fucking horrible.
I know
Just
for sure.
shit dies when it shouldn't.
I know for sure I brought up this game before, and I think you've never played it, but it's a game called Commando. It's not the vertical scrolling game from Capcom.
Okay.
It's like it's kind of like an RTS, but you're controlling like I think 3 dudes. So it's kind of like a MOBA, but kind of like an RTS. But
It's
you're
for
controlling a few. PC.
64?
PC.
He's
100% PC. You play that with a mouse and keyboard. Commandos Behind Enemy Lines is one of them. I guess it's called Commandos with an S. No, that game is
sounds
pretty cool.
very familiar.
The first game was released in 1998.
Okay. No, I have played this, yeah.
It's an IDOS game.
I don't think I've ever like in 94. I probably played the one that was back in like 94. I probably
98.
had some shareware version or something.
You know, that 98 one is probably my favorite, and then the second one's really good too. But yeah,
No, I've definitely played this.
it's fun.
Not much of it, but I have definitely played it.
It's fun.
Yeah, this is more like Jagged Alliance or something. Yeah, okay. So it's like an RPG RTS type mixture of things. You have a squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're 3 dudes in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
it would be a lot like Jagged Alliance.
It's kind of like a real time. What's it called?
Tactical.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sure. But I was trying to.
Yeah, like
I was just trying to think of that specific game that just came out. That the remake. That's something com.
XCOM?
XCOM. Jeez.
Yeah. It'd be exactly.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah. Like XCOM and Jagged Alliance, Fallout Tactics.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but you got to react super fast because everything's happening.
Yeah. Well, Jagged Alliance, you could play in real time. It wasn't. You could do turn-based or real time.
That's cool. It's a good idea. It's kind of like Fallout, I guess. VATS and whatnot.
Well, Fallout New Vegas was like that. Fallout 1 and 2 were turn-based, only turn-based.
All right. Well, I guess that's somewhat what we're playing.
Yeah.
New releases.
Yeah.
There's some stuff like Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. You can get a 10-hour trial of that right now if you want to just try it out.
If you're
if you have an EA
member.
access thing, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So Xbox members and PC members,
If you're on the PS4 or your phone, you don't get jack shit.
Sorry, Sony doesn't want that on their system.
Nope. They only want their paid shit, no one else's.
They want the money. That's the thing. They make less money on a subscription. They want all the money on the individual purchases. Sony. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 for the Switch and the PS4. That's another Lego game. But it has Marvel heroes in it now, which is interesting because
I think this is the third or the fourth one that they've done.
I guess so, but it's technically 2. I guess the other ones were like offshoots. Because this is technically
Marvel Superheroes. I think I have Marvel Superheroes, and there's there was another one before that.
It might be called Marvel and then something else. It might just be
I don't know.
A different name.
This is number 3 or 4 for the Marvel games.
Mm-hmm. The Sims 4 came out for the consoles.
Universe.
Yeah, if you want to play that with the controller.
Didn't Sim 4 come out like a decade ago?
No, Sims 4 is 5 years old.
Okay, so half a decade. Sorry. Still fucking old.
It's something like that.
2014.
Okay, so 3? Almost 4 now?
Still fucking old. September 2nd, 2014. Like, why such a weird delay? I don't get that.
Oh, because now it comes with everything. You have the pets in there, and you got everything. It's all in there for you.
Man.
For the low price of only $60 US. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is out. That's the sequel to the Sun and Moon games.
Are they sequels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were just, again, something like with all the DLC.
No, it's not like Yellow, where it's just like, hey, we changed up the Pokemon and Pikachu follows you now. No, it's actually a full sequel thing. Well, it says powered up with new additions to the story and features, but the last time I read it described as a sequel. But I guess that's, you could say anything's a sequel if you really want to.
This is true.
Knights of Valor for the PS4, which is actually like a free-to-play game, which is like...
Knights of Valor sounds very familiar.
Well, it's a side-scrolling thing when you play it, but then there's also like overhead shit that is like where you meet players to go in the side-scrolling, because I think the side-scrolling beat-em-up parts, I think, is 8 players. So you can like meet up with people like, in a lobby or something, or in the world. It's interesting. It's a good idea. It's free. It's free, so you can just go download it. I guess you can pay for armor and pay for shit if you want to get down to it. L.A. Noire got re-released on the Switch, the Xbox One, and the PS4. There's going to be a VR edition at the end of the year, I think. Was it this year? I think it was this year.
Don't remember hearing about that.
It's coming on HTC Vive.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting because L.A. Noire, the faces are faces.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is interesting. That would be, because it's also most of it's not a super high paced. It's more of like,
yeah, you're just talking with people and being like, is he lying? He's lying. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That'd be a pretty interesting game in VR that you could actually then look around, look for clues, see things directly.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't be a bad looking game on top of that relative to a lot of the tech demo.
And it's an old game, so it's not like it's
super
there's
demanding.
There's not a bunch of polygons all over, Yeah. So it'll still look all right in VR. BioShock 10th anniversary for the PS4 and Xbox One. Oh, hey, we're getting into the re-releases of old stuff now.
Yeah.
The Blob for the PS4 and Xbox. I want to say the Blob came out on the fucking original Wii. That game is fucking awesome. 2008. Yeah, that game came out in 2008 on the Wii.
Wow.
The Blob is cool. It's fucking cool. And that was a THQ game. So now that's THQ Nordic is releasing that. Rocket League on the Switch. Like I said, old games. They're popular now. Skyrim on the Switch. But there's also Skyrim for PlayStation VR. Yeah, that came out too.
Again, I think we discussed this and it was teleporting.
Yeah, it's like Doom. But I think there might be options to just...
If there is options, that could be kind of cool. But if you can't walk around, I would probably... If you're just teleporting from point...
Teleporting sucks, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like, I would either get so horribly bored or throw up all over the place, and probably a combination of two. of the two.
And I wonder, like that engine's not very optimized for teleporting, so you probably couldn't teleport super far.
I don't know.
It's not, if you're on top and you're overlooking and you're like, oh hey, I can go over there. I don't know if you could do that. It'd probably take a little bit to load, right? Because it has to reload all the textures and shit if you're teleporting far.
Well, the thing you forget that it is a PS3 or Xbox
PS4.
360 game. So,
True enough.
So like just the textures and everything, like you're not talking. It's not the special edition version.
True
So you
enough.
are talking about the older version,
and it's a
which will
VR
have
game,
lower
so
textures.
it's not. Yeah, it's not like it needs those textures either. so-
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So they might have been able to figure that out so that it'll load it much faster.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what VVVVV is? Or 6
I
Vs?
looked it up. But I don't.
Oh,
know.
I love that game because that was like one of the first games where it played with the gravity where, oh, you touched this arrow and now gravity is the other way around. It's a platformer. It's pretty old. Let's see, when did this game first come out? 2010. I'm telling you, man, old games are fucking being re-released like a mofo.
I don't like that.
And I usually don't even bring this up, but these games are all pretty good. Like LA Noire and VR next month, especially, that's going to be good. And
Well, bringing something to VR that's a previous, I understand that to a point because it would completely radically change.
The
way you play it.
And it's not actually the full game. And they're like, I think it's limited. There's only so many missions in there. It's not like the full game. You're not like driving around in the car and shit. You're just doing the missions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the full thing. It's like designed for VR. All right. That's it. That's the new releases. Let's go on to the gaming news of the week. So, Nintendo hosted some PDFs on their website this week. People noticed there were 19 N64 manuals for games, and people were like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! This is the N64 Classic! Oh my god!" And no, Forbes dug around, and it's just for the Wii U releases of it. So. They came out on the Wii U in Europe, specifically.
Oh, okay. So for Skyrim VR, this dude is walking around.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. The only time I saw it, there was definitely teleporting. So
yeah,
there's options.
And this is from last week, so this is probably like just like a review copy they got.
Yeah.
The dude's walking around. That could be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. And Skyrim is not super fast. It's not like you're running at a Doom-like speed.
He's actually moving pretty quick, faster than you would normally.
Well, look, I've played Doom and Quake in VR. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Just as long as the FPS is good enough, there isn't much of an issue. And this looks actually pretty decent. The thing is, when he's running, it goes into like a cone mode, so you're not seeing your peripherals.
Interesting. Maybe that's to make you less sick.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because maybe that's how they prevent the motion
sickness. Pretty good.
I believe
this is Skyrim with if you're actually, that's interesting.
Yeah, no.
If I can find a good deal on Black Friday, I was thinking of trying to pick one up. But
I was gonna say, no, you just need the headset. That is very expensive.
Yeah. Well, you need the headset and the camera.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 cameras.
For the
hopefully
PlayStation VR, just one.
Yeah, but that's right. Skyrim is on PSVR. That's right. I was thinking about HTC Vive for some reason.
Yeah, the other one will be
Did you see the Razer phone?
Negative.
That's coming out. It's pretty goddamn sick. There's the speakers on it are front facing.
Okay.
And there's 2 of them, so there's one on each side of the screen, or top and bottom, if you want to look at it that way.
So it's more of
it's meant for gaming. Yes.
Yeah. So it is Razer, obviously it is.
So there's 10 games specifically that they reached out to developers to make games for. One of them is a Final Fantasy game. Let me look at this phone up here. And the price isn't that bad, actually. I think it was like $700 US. And the screen on it's pretty nice too. Yeah, it's $700 US coming out next week.
Or 700 euros. No, it's pounds. Sorry.
It also has a 1440p screen. That's pretty nice. 5.7 inches. Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking phone. And where's the games here? Let me. No, there was a Final Fantasy. Damn,
8 gigs of RAM. Holy balls!
Yes, it's meant for games.
That's insane.
Yes, it is pretty crazy.
And then you got 64 built-in storage with a capacity of going up to another 128 on top of that.
And there's no headphone
Fuck
jack.
you, iPhone.
No
Fuck
headphone
you,
jack,
iPhone.
motherfuckers. Which I think gamers are all right with that. You just get a Bluetooth headset or something.
Yeah.
Man, where are these games? Razer phone games. Why
I'm
can't
not
I
seeing
find
anything
them?
about games here. Okay, some Pokemon Go on this
Oh,
motherfucker.
yeah, the Final Fantasy. I see like one of the pictures. It's just a Final Fantasy screen on it. A picture from it. They're just driving their car. But why? I can't find it. I can't find it. Let's see if the Razer website's going to give it to me. If it doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so pissed off. I'm just going to move on. But yeah, no, it's a cool looking phone, man. The screen is very
Yeah.
nice. It will do your HDR. It will do whatever you
does it
want.
specify, is it like an Android or is it its own OS?
It's
or what?
Android.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 120 hertz. The screen too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but
I'm sure when you're
yeah,
just
like,
running
they
it
would obviously have to
normally,
get-
it will just you can probably turn it down because that will use your battery a lot.
yes.
But yeah, I see a lot of Final Fantasy shit on the screens, and I don't see anything about where the fucking games are. But yeah, there's 10 games specifically made for this phone, and I'm sure that will go up as time goes by when it's actually out.
Yeah, I don't know how that would port over nowadays. Like with the
Well, with existing
So-
Android
Sony-
games would just
no, I'm
work
just like
super
Sony.
awesome.
Yes, but the thing is to actually get games meant for it, then it's like they're developing for the Vita or something like that. But then the Vita doesn't exist. It's
Well,
not
it
like you
depends.
can
It depends
port
how you make your games too, right? A lot of the developers will make high resolution
Yeah, but
textures
high
and
res,
then
like
just
I would want real games opposed to
better
like,
graphics.
renders. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess, but what are you
If you're
going to
talking
fill that
8
RAM
gigs
up
of-
with? You
yeah,
know,
or
textures.
8 gigs of
That's-
RAM. Like what the like you can do some serious shit with 8 gigs of like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're have 8 gigs of RAM, I would want something that can actually handle 8 gigs of like something a good
like
game,
Assassin's
like a real game.
Creed.
Like you probably could get the first Assassin's Creed to work on that pretty well. But again, I don't want Assassin's Creed, but like they have XCOM put their shit on for tablets
Mm-hmm.
and it runs like shit. But this system probably could
Well, it
handle it. would actually
ran
run
like
pretty well.
shit. Maybe they fixed it.
Fair enough, but it ran like shit on the PS3 and Xbox 360 as well. Like it ran like there was points that it was going like 10 frames a second
It's you don't need those
because it was
frames.
meant for
It's-
PC. It's
you don't
a
need those
PC
frames,
game,
dudes.
and
It's
they're downporting it.
you're taking turns. It's all good.
Yeah, no, it didn't affect the game, but it does definitely like there was some points in time that it like chugged a lot on the on the 360 and
Mm-hmm.
PS3.
So that phone looks cool, and it's not that expensive, considering what it is.
Relative to to the platform, the
Phones are expensive now. I don't know if
Yeah.
you noticed.
well the iPhone X.
Yeah,
is
that phone is the most
$1,100 or
expensive
something.
phone ever.
$1,100. It's $1,100 American or something.
I think
like
it might be
that. That's
$1,200. $1,100 might be the lower end, but I think it's $12.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive. My phone is I think that's the price for my phone Canadian.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, so EA this week, their CEO Andrew Wilson responded to a question from Bloomberg, and he said, "Hey, we might not be making games like FIFA and NHL and Madden yearly anymore. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
That to me is a good idea.
Well,
but,
he was talking. He brought up a good point. He said we already kind of do this in China. Like
Yeah.
China just gets their few iterations every year, and it's always online. So for that reason, they're always able to update it really easily. You
Yeah.
know, do what sports games do.
Yep.
You know? So there you go. It's not a bad idea. And look, games are what, $60 American? What if you just
Yep.
paid $60 a year for a service?
Yeah,
Where
and that's
you
what they
play
were
a
talking
game.
about is
Yeah.
updating the services and fixing any issues. Now, I suppose you like every other year, or every couple of years or whatever, I suppose you could put out a larger patch to then change the gameplay ish,
Mm-hmm.
like make some change depending on like if you're talking Madden or NHL or FIFA or whatever.
Yeah.
To
Like
change up a few
like
things,
WoW
but-
does that. Like, you know,
Yeah,
WoW
yeah.
is not a static thing that just stays the same. Well, now it kind of
Right.
is, but
Yeah, well, you're talking 12 years later.
yeah.
But yeah, it just like roster updates every 6 months or something along those lines.
Oh well,
or
roster
however.
updates if you're charging it as a service, you know, you could just do that every day. The
Fair
roster
enough.
update's not very hard to change. It's like, oh hey, this dude moved over. Okay, cool.
But
there
does
we
the
go.
person want to?
Oh yeah.
Does
If
the
you're getting an
player
NHL game, you want the new rosters.
Oh, the new roster, yes, but I mean, do you want it updated to like? What if your player then gets traded?
Oh, I want that shit updated.
You do? Okay.
Oh, 100%. But if you're playing career, then that doesn't affect you at all.
It wouldn't. Okay.
No,
I
because the career, you know, you can put
No,
yourself
not
in
really.
there if you want to.
Fair enough, but again, yeah, I guess that's kind of the way. I guess career wouldn't change. So you're just talking about online play, then would be
Yeah,
set
online
to
you
the
want your
NHL
actual
teams.
team, man. Yeah. Anyways,
what
that's a
if
good
they-
idea.
What if Calgary Flames traded Yager? Then you don't get Yager on the
Good.
Calgary Flames.
Good. Calgary's not doing so good.
Yeah, I know. I don't really give a shit.
Oh, me neither. Like the Habs are doing terrible too. So there you go. So Hulu came out on the Switch eShop the other day, and like a lot of stuff on the Switch, they haven't really advertised it. It's just like, oh hey, there you go.
It's here.
up there.
You can do it.
Yeah,
Have
go
fun.
watch some stuff because I think that's the only thing that you can actually watch stuff on the Switch. I don't
Right
even
now,
think they
yeah.
have a YouTube app, which is fucking insane.
No.
It's insane.
I actually haven't heard anything about a YouTube app at all about the Switch. Netflix is supposed to be out by the end of the year, from what I heard.
Sure, why not? They should really have YouTube on there.
Yeah, I don't.
Everything has YouTube
You
on
got to
it.
talk to Google. You got to talk to Google.
Everything has YouTube on it, bro. Everything.
But that's in direct competition with Google's phones. So why would Google want? Because they still
What?
get ad. I don't know.
What? There's YouTube on freaking Apple.
Sure.
It's an app. It's not just the website. All right. This is yours, but I'm going to take it anyways. Nintendo
Yeah.
is looking to sell 50 million Switches by April 2019. So right now there's 9 million about.
Yeah, they're expecting in the next 18 months to sell 40 plus million.
Yeah, why not?
I'm assuming 3/4 of that is going to be in Japan alone, but I don't know if the rest of the world will take that.
They need another Mario game. Where's
I
that
don't-
other Mario game?
I don't know. And again, that's
what
the
else
whole
is-
thing of just
what is
what's coming
next
out
year?
in 2018 for Nintendo.
There has to be something that they're planning to have this much by next year.
Nothing's been dated for 18. There's a couple of things that it might come out end of 18. Like Metroid Prime 4 is slated for end of year 18, but it hasn't been dated, so chances are I'll end up being pushed to
There's a Kirby game that
Kirby.
seems like a fighting game coming out next year.
Yeah.
Oh no,
there's a-
okay, yeah, it's like a co-op thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I believe is for March or April. So that's one game.
Oh hey, there's a
Kirby-
No More Heroes game. That's right.
Yeah. Has that been dated though?
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
I-
next year.
Okay.
There's a Fire Emblem game coming out next year. Oh, that Yoshi game is next
Yeah.
year.
But there you got. Well, you're gonna need Smash, or you're gonna need a Mario game.
Well, I feel like Smash is probably just going to be the Wii U game upgraded, ported with more characters. That's what I'm guessing they're doing right now. They're working on that right now.
Because they've hinted that they are working on something, but they haven't shared anything.
That last Smash game was good, but it probably did better on the 3DS than it did on the fucking Wii U.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it sold more because just the 3DS has fucking 100 and something million.
But yeah, that's
systems out there.
Crazy.
But again, just because they are trying to go to that per person thing, these numbers.
Well, so they say this fiscal year they projected to sell 10 million. So this fiscal year ends in April, and they upped that to 14.
Yeah.
So they're making a lot. They're making a lot of these. And they're gonna be making more SNES classics too.
Yeah.
I want that NES classic. Whenever they bring that back,
don't care.
I will get it because it's not $80.
I just think
it's not $80.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna sell 50 million. It's just where. I don't think it's gonna be Europe. I don't think it's gonna be in North America. So I think it's gonna be all in Asia.
I think they're gonna sell a good amount here.
No, but you're talking 40 million units. So I'm assuming 25 to 30 will be in Asia.
No, well, so in April they will have sold about, according to their projections, about maybe 15 million. Let's say.
Yes.
So now then they need another 35.
Yeah.
And are they talking about fiscal? April 2000? Yeah, April 2019. April. Yes. No. So yeah. A full year to sell 35. I think that's possible.
Possible.
There's just no games. There's just no games to get the hype next year.
Right.
Like all the games are already out. They're out. They're out right now.
Yes, and that's why it's been selling so well. You have a Mario game, you have a Zelda game, you actually have some third-party support.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck's for 18? And without that, like a lot of people are trying to call out Animal Crossing supposed to be out in 18 or might be out in 18. Which that will sell like hotcakes in Asia, and then some little schoolgirls here will want it and shit. But I don't give a shit. Like the Zelda game is the only game, and I guess Metroid I'm kind of interested in as well. So I got
Metroid Prime's okay. It's not great.
I said interested in. I'm certainly not interested enough to buy a fucking system.
Oh no, for sure.
But
for sure, it's just. I don't know what they could do with Prime to make it cool again. Because they've done it 3 times already.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a first-person shooter. Like, what can you do? Like, and even side-scrolling Metroid is cool, but I don't know if that sells systems. It's people that already have that.
Yeah.
They're just
like, it's
Nintendo
also for
fans.
the more hardcore. Like, Metroid's not an easy game typically.
I wouldn't call it hard. It's gotten easier over the years.
Yeah.
Like the GBA games were fun.
Yes, but
challenging,
it is
but not
much
hard.
More hardcore game. Like my wife's not going to play that.
Oh yeah,
so
no. But Nintendo has plenty of games that people don't play, but they're niche. Like Mirage Leonard in the chat room says Xenoblade, but that's Japan. That right there, a lot of systems. All right, let's move on. There's 2 games for the PS VR that got delayed from Until Dawn developer Supermassive Games. There's one that was called The Impatient that was actually set in the world of Until Dawn. It's actually going to be coming out January 23rd instead of whatever was scheduled to be out this year. And whatever this other game is a first-person shooter, co-op shooter even, called Bravo Team. First-person shooters that in VR, that's kind of what it needs. And the PlayStation has that gun controller too, so that's kind of cool. And that's March 6th, 2016. Or I guess it's 17.
It does depend on how they set that up.
God damn. I'm going to stop getting my news from GameSpot now.
Yeah.
Their website autoplays ads and the videos. And also it said 2016. It's clearly going to come out next year, 2017. God damn you, GameSpot. Anyways, yeah, there you go. If you were interested in those games. Until Dawn had that dumbass on-rails shooter that was just dumb. on
Yes,
PSVR.
it's on PlayStation Plus this month.
So hopefully these games are better. They've took a while to make them, so hopefully they're not, just crappy shooters.
Yeah.
I have no idea what
the
Bravo
on-rails
Team
are-
is. I have no idea what Bravo Team is, but Impatient, I've seen it. That looks all right. Horror games in VR is okay. It's better than a horror movie, I guess. Is what I'll say.
Yeah, I would have to look at it. I don't really.
The thing about VR horror is I never feel like I'm actually in it. It just feels like it's happening around me. I'm just like, oh no, I'm so scared.
Well, it depends on how dynamic it is where I would really.
Oh, well, I said that about like the Resident Evil 7 demo that I had. That was not called Resident Evil 7 when I played it. Like when I played that, it was awesome. I could actually move around. I was like, holy shit! Like I'm actually kind of scared. Like this person's gonna fuck me up. I'm tied to this fucking chair. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then the second the action actually starts, I can't move my head anymore. It's just like, oh well, there goes. She got my head off. But I'm like, I don't have. Okay, well, I'm supposed to be scared. I was more scared when I actually could look around and be like, oh my god, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And then it happened. And just like, oh, okay. That's what it is about VR. It's just you're in it and then you're out of it. Like
with a lot of VR games, or not, sorry, VR, a lot of horror games, you always have to run. You can't fight. You can't. Like I'm just thinking of the Outlast and stuff. Like as soon as you get touched by whatever's chasing, you're dead.
Resident Evil was that way.
Yeah, I don't specifically like that. I much prefer it to be, if he catches you off guard, you're dead, or something like that, opposed to just he touches you, you're dead.
Oh, I mean, if Nemesis is after you and he touches you, you're pretty much just dead.
Yeah, no, but you can't. You also can't kill him. You can't really even slow him down. It's just you have to run.
Well, you learn over time how to do it. You can't just do it.
That to me is not a horror game. That's just a freaking runner.
Oh, you can't just do it though. It's like Jason. You can't just kill Jason.
Why not?
Over time, you can learn to maybe take him down for like a few minutes and then run and then maybe make it out. But you're not gonna kill Jason.
Which is one of the reasons why I don't particularly like those games. Like if it was, yeah.
Hey, I'm not a huge horror movie fan either, so
yeah.
As much as I love Friday the 13th, but that's just because it got so goddamn silly. Like the first movie is actually kind of scary, but then other than like the other movies, just like, oh, now you're in New York and you're on fucking rooftops. Psst, come on, man, it's just getting stupid. All right, so did you see Injustice 2 this week?
No,
it was in the news. The chat room is really excited about this in Twitch. You didn't hear about it?
No.
So their fighter pack, the last character came out.
Yeah, for the weekend, I was horribly, horribly sick. So
I was kind of sick this morning, but I got better, I suppose. Maybe it was just because I was getting my phone fixed. I was just like, oh god, finally, my stomach can relax after.
No, yeah, I threw up 7 times in 24 hours, like fully like emptied system completely. It was not cool.
Well, how can I connect this to the Injustice 2 news?
Was it like watching someone throw
up?
No,
well, I mean, your throw up could have maybe smelt like the sewers, which is where these guys come from.
Probably did. Shit smelled pretty bad.
So TMNT, all the 4 turtles are going to be in this game. I have a video for it. I just have to actually load it because I didn't actually load up anything.
Right.
That's the one thing I forgot to do this week. I thought I was ready and I wasn't ready at all. So all 4 of them are going to be in there, but I don't think they're actually going to be 4 characters. So I think you're going to play as one, and then your moves are going to involve the others coming in. So you're going to like the fireball is going to be like Leonardo charging at you with his swords.
Right.
That's what I'm assuming. Like I have no idea. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be all 4 of them separate characters. I'm pretty sure they already said that. But okay, let's see. Week videos. I got it right here. All right. And there's some other fighting game news this week that was pretty crazy too. But let's just watch this video. Because I haven't even watched this yet.
Now that looks like fun. Mind if we play?
Dibs on the magic, lady.
We fight as a team, Mikey.
Fine.
Coming through, dude!
Yeah. And you see, they said we fight as a team.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take that as they fight as one. That was cool. And then also another fighting game news this week. This happened the day after this announcement. Tekken 7, their next DLC character is going to be Final Fantasy VII's Noctis.
If I knew who that was, I might care.
Well, he's the black-haired character. So if you've seen the Final Fantasy game 15 where they drive in a car...
that's all I know about that game is that you drive in a car.
Yes, well, the one that has the black-haired car.
I thought all of them, they're all Asian, aren't they? So
No, hey, they can dye their hair blonde.
Okay.
And one of them totally has that, so...
Oh, look, I don't fucking know.
Well, Cloud, I'm pretty sure his hair is blonde. I might be wrong. I could be wrong about that, but Sephiroth has black hair. No, gray hair. He has gray hair.
No, it's because he's old.
Is it, though? Is it?
No, I suppose in Naruto, freaking Kakashi has gray hair, and he's like 22. So...
And his mom is Geneva or whatever. Geneva? Whatever the hell it was. It's like some monster in a tube. He's probably immortal. Why would he have gray hair? Wait, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because the trailer's really cool. You should probably watch the whole thing. It's 4 minutes. It's kind of cool because they're talking in Final Fantasy Land, and he's like, I'm going to go fight these guys. Cool. Blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, no, you can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. And then the black-haired dude does it. I'm into this because all the Tekken characters DLC so far has been like crossover characters. What's his face? Akuma's in there. He's not DLC. He was just in the game already. But they have that character from Final Fight. Geese? No, this guy has black hair too. But oh yeah, Zack has black hair in Final Fantasy VII. Yes, the original Cloud. Is that how it works? I forget. Final Fantasy VII, the actual universe is crazy. There's so much weirdness to 7.
It's Final Fantasy. All of them are pretty weird.
They're pretty weird, but 7 has such a crazy following and so many different weird side things. Like the PS2 Final Fantasy VII games. There's Dirge of Cerberus and that other one. The Vincent game. Or is Dirge of Cerberus the Vincent game? I forget. But
I think it was 5 and 8 were the only two that I actually played through.
Is 5 is then SNES one? That's called 3? Is that
No,
how
I
it
actually
works?
believe it was 5.
And are you sure? I want to say the latest
I'm not
one we got here was called 3 in the US, and I think that was actually 5 in Japan, but I think it was called 3.
No, but I played it after the fact, so I think I actually did play 5.
I don't. Yeah, if you played it after the fact, then yes. But I'm pretty sure 5 is 3 here.
Yes, on the SNES, you are correct. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm. And then they just skipped to 7. They're just like, fuck it. Or I don't. Whatever the hell they did. I don't like. That's the thing. Like I don't know. And there's so many Final Fantasy games that I just don't care. They're up to 15 now. Some of them are MMOs. Some of them aren't even RPGs anymore. Like fuck that. They're all whatever Final Fantasy. Play it all whatever. If you like it, it's all good. 3 is actually 6.
6, okay.
Yeah. And I think 3 is a NES game.
Yeah, no, whatever I played, I'm pretty sure it was a NES game.
Oh, okay, then that might be 2 or 1. If that's what it is. I love the remakes of those games. The remakes of 1 and 2 for the phones. I think that's on PlayStation now. It's I'm pretty sure it's on everything now. Those are some good ass remakes. All right. Hey, the Game Awards. Kind of a late announcement. It's happening in less than a month. December 7th. They announced the date. It's happening at the Microsoft Theater in LA. This is the Jeff Keighley Awards. That used to happen on Spike. But now they're on the internet. And on the consoles, you play the video games on. And everywhere. You can watch this everywhere. Last year, I think they said over 10 million people watched. I don't know if I would believe that. That sounds like a crazy number. I watched it last year. It was okay. A lot of dick sucking by Jeff Keighley. He really likes Kojima. Like, oh my god, I love Kojima too, but Jesus Christ, man. Supposed to be a reporter. You're supposed to be impartial, Jeff. You're not supposed to be this obvious about your love for a man. God. Where's your integrity, Jeff? All right. So GameStop almost sold out their Xbox One X's in the first 24 hours. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's what they said. So, man, I'm going to go get some water. I'm dying over here.
Okay, no, it may have been Final Fantasy IV that I remember playing. Because this looks more familiar.
The Xbox One X, it looks cool. The games that run nicely on it run pretty alright on it. But it's still most of the games still run at 30 frames. Like, fuck off. Just what the fuck? Just make a system that can do 60 frames, or just force people to do 60 frames. Just force them. We're in 2017. Funny enough, The Witcher 3, if you play that on the Xbox One X from the disc and don't apply any of the patches, it runs mostly at 60 frames. It will dip at like 40.
That's with the whatever basic settings they have without any. Okay.
Yeah, it runs at 900p regularly when unpatched. That's the thing. Okay. The thing is when you patch it, it goes up to 1080p and it locks it at 30. And then there's going to be a 4K patch coming, so it's going to be 4K and 30. Whee, 30 frames, yay!
But if you're doing 30 frames at 4K, you should be able to do more than that at 10. They really need to give you the option of which way you want to go, I think.
So I heard somebody complain like Gears of War, it lets you pick, do you prefer graphics or do you prefer frame rate? And he was like, the system should just decide. Here's what it's like inverted controls now. You do that in your profile, and then that's it. You just do it one time, and then all the games know what you like.
Yep.
There you go. Done. That's the solution to that problem.
Yeah. No, it's not a like it's it's a pretty simple thing. It's again, if you don't have a 4K TV, like super sampling does make it look better, but
yeah, I would rather the 60 frames at 1080p
I prefer the 60
or whatever.
frames, or even like I have a 144 hertz monitor, man. There's a big fucking difference between 144 frames and 60 frames. Like I can't go back. Like, it's fucking ridiculous on how much smoother it is at higher frame rates. Like
30 is just dumb.
Yeah, like 30 would make me throw up, I'm sure, at this point in time.
I'm totally fine with 30. Most TVs 30 or 60 now, I guess, but
well, no, I shouldn't say all panels, but most panels can do 60.
Yes, 100%.
But it's the system capping it at 30 so that it's a stagnant frame rate, so you don't have the jumps and the drops, so it's not as noticeable.
That should just be a profile thing where you go, I prefer frame rate, and then every game knows to just give you 60.
Yeah, I agree. And
I
think
like
that's
how
the way it should be done.
That's how
again,
Hitman
on PC,
does it.
That's what you can do.
Hitman does that with just a regular PS4. You don't even need a Pro. You can uncheck some shit. It doesn't give you all the options, but
to play at 900 or 720 and get 60 frames than playing at 1080 and getting 30.
Yeah, because you can uncap the frame rate on even the regular PS4. So you can have it run at 30 locked, or you can have it run at 45 and fucking drop and go all over the place. But yeah, I don't think all games should do that, but it's nice when they do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should just be a profile thing where you have one or two options, maybe even three. Just go middle. I like both. All right. So 6,000 games this year have been released on Steam. 6,000. I'm sure a lot of that is a bunch of dog shit.
5,500 are complete garbage, and then like 400 of those are like games that are like indie based that someone tried hard to actually make a good game and it kind of did good or didn't do good. And then there's like 100
and these are games
AAA
too.
titles.
Like
Yeah.
Steam is doing apps now and videos and a bunch of shit. So they're doing all right.
I would assume a huge percentage of that is just garbage.
Oh, for sure. But from 2005 to 2015, it was about 6,000 games in total that came out on Steam. So in 10 years, this year is about the same as those 10 years. Steam
didn't turn into Steam as we know it now until about 2008, late 2008, early 2009. And that's when it actually started picking up a lot of steam and doing a lot of...
Because before that, it was mainly just playing Valve games, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like in 2005, it definitely, like up until 2007, it was probably just pretty much Valve games. So for the first 2 years, it was just, like Counter-Strike and
when did Portal come out? 2007?
Sounds about right, yeah.
That was probably when Steam started blowing up then.
Yeah.
Because I remember if you were a PS3 user, you could go on Steam and play...
No, that was Portal 2. You could cross-play.
I thought...
Because
Portal, there is no multiplayer. I guess that was 2. You're right.
In Portal, there is no multiplayer.
It's not even just for multiplayer. It's not even just for crossplay. You can actually get the game on the PC when you buy it on the PS4 or PS3. Sorry.
Okay, that may have been possible.
Yeah. So you can play it on both. I
don't remember that.
They did that with CS:GO as well. If you bought it on the PS3, you could just get it on the PC. That's why I have it.
Again, that's I believe the same thing with Portal 2. If you bought it on one, you got it on. It was
no. You had to buy it specifically on PS3. If you bought it on PC, you did not get the PS3 one.
No. Okay.
There's a deal that they reached with Sony, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Where am I here? Oh, yeah, the 6,000 games. That's right. So in 2016, they released 4,200 games. So there's still a little bit more time this year, too. So it's going to go up still.
Yeah.
A lot. And in December, I'm sure.
Figure out how to figure that out.
Well, I think they do a good job with filtering that shit out. But I think they should do a better job of pulling out the slightly better stuff. Because I think that there's a lot of stuff on Steam that is actually worth it that never shows up on the front page.
There absolutely is some great indie developers that are doing some pretty cool shit.
Yeah, and you only hear it from the internet. You can't go on Steam and go like, hey, what do people actually care about right now, you know?
They are trying to work on it, but they're not...
Well, it's a hard problem. Because you could just have humans do it, but then that's money.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing. Is they're actually electing community members to then be judges.
Oh well, dude, that's kind of what YouTube does, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard problem to solve because they don't want to spend a crazy amount of money to fix it.
Yeah, so they tried to elect community members to judge games.
Which is a perfect way to do it. It's a perfect way. It's never going to fail.
It's slow because it's going to take years to actually accumulate that data to get it to actually work.
Oh, well, dude, there's 6,000 games that came out this year.
Yeah, I know.
There's only 365 days a year. Right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot. That's a lot of games and a lot of work to do going through all those games. Some of them you can just look at them and go, oh, well, that's shit. Just get that the fuck out of here. But, you still got to play them.
And again, I don't know how or what I think that's more so to bring the good games up opposed to removing the shit games altogether. But, yeah, I honestly, because you do want it to be an open platform so you can get those cool indie games, but then you somehow have to police it to the.
Oh, it's the
point
same
of-
problem Apple has, and a lot
Yeah,
of
well,
people
even
don't talk
YouTube,
about
there's a lot of
Android,
weird
but dude, the
shit
Android
on it.
store is a bazillion times worse than the Apple store.
Yeah.
Like a bazillion. It's fucking crazy. All right. Telltale, they have laid off 20% of their staff, which is about 90. Well, it is 90 employees.
Yeah,
So that's, man, 20% is 90 employees. That,
they're huge.
yes, that's a big ass company now.
Yeah, you really like. They didn't go into detail, as far as I can know, of what they were. Were they Q&A? Were they?
They never
what-
do. They never
Yeah, I
do.
know. So it may just been at this time. Well, we just finished these 2 games. Sorry, but bye bye.
Yeah, we don't have this license
do anymore.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, done.
Like any number of things could have happened that they didn't quite indicate of anything. Now they did say a couple of higher level people were laid off, but I would assume most of those were very low entry Q&A positions that just weren't needed anymore.
Yeah, and who knows? Like, if they're, I don't even know what license they still have and what's done, and you know, who
Again,
goddamn
like they might
knows.
not be doing, because the Guardian of the Galaxies one didn't do very well apparently.
Yeah, and, like
Um,
Minecraft is for sure doing all right.
Yeah.
The
And
Batman one, I have no idea. I don't hear anything about
the
that.
Batman one's still doing episodic. So
Oh
like,
yeah, well
they've
it's still
only
coming
released-
out. It's still coming out, but I
Yeah.
have no idea. Like word on the street, I have no idea.
And I get what's going on with the Walking Dead ones. What's going on with some other one? Like they've gotten so many. Like I don't even know what the fuck. Like they need to change their shit. Is
Mhm.
one of the things. They can't just keep doing
They had that.
these story-driven like the
What was it called?
arc action game or adventure games is what I'm looking for. Like, they need to change
Borderlands.
something.
They had Borderlands.
Yeah.
they
And
had
the
a bunch of
Borderlands
stuff.
one, apparently when it first came out, was buggy as shit, but then they fixed it, and apparently now it's pretty good.
I hear a lot of people
Um,
say that that's actually more fun than the actual Borderlands in terms of a story.
Yeah. Well, there is no real story in the Borderlands game, so yeah, I would not be. And I watched episode 1,
Mm.
and it looked pretty good. Like the actual scripting and everything was actually pretty good from what I could tell. So
Well, they put work in it. You can tell. Like,
Yep.
And graphically, I think they always look good, and there's no real
Yep.
glitches in it. It's not like, oh, I walked through this wall.
yeah,
You know, it's pretty
Well,
well
they're not-
programmed, and it's all.
yeah,
Well, it's not complicated, and that's.
yeah. It's not complicated.
You hope
You-
that shit like that doesn't happen, but
it's like with the way they indicate of how it's episodic, that your shit from season 2 carries on to season 3, and there's differences, which in some cases is true, because if you killed somebody in The Walking Dead in season 1 or whatever, and then they're not there in season 3 when someone else sees them because that person then didn't die in their episode, like there's small changes. They're not
they're not
massive
big.
changes.
They're like Mass Effect. The problem is
Yeah.
you always have
And-
to come up to the same end point.
Right.
So you can do all these goddamn changes at the middle, but then, it always branches up
Yeah.
and then branches back.
Because the final outcome is always the final outcome. Everyone's experience has to be somewhat.
And even if it's 3
linear to
outcomes,
that
it's still, you still gotta, it's less options than you had in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do a good job of making you believe that your choices are actually
Yeah.
making a difference, and then you replay it and you change your options, and you're just like, oh, that didn't really do all that much.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just not replayed that and been like, oh man, that game was fucking amazing. I picked everything. It was awesome. But yeah, no. Anyways, that sucks for those people, but 90 people, I'm sure they'll find jobs. Unless they're all QA testers and they can go QA test somewhere else, I guess.
No. Yeah. And even when you do some layoff, like you do lay off the weakest links or whatever, people that aren't performing well or people that are being dicks or something,
Yeah.
you get rid of them first, and then, okay, there's still 80 people we have to lay off. Okay, then here you go.
Claudia's being a bitch. Just get rid of her. God.
She doesn't like my sexual advances. She's got to get the fuck out of here.
Sad but true. Sad but true. I'm not saying that it happened at Telltale.
Yeah.
But it happened
but
somewhere.
It did happen somewhere.
Somewhere
It did
it
happen
happened.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was dude on dude. So,
Yeah. Well, it's always a dude on something.
yeah.
Okay,
Fair enough.
let's
Well,
get- It's very rarely a lady. It will happen. Ladies can
It
get
will
corrupted
happen.
by power. It just happens less. It just happens less. I feel like women care more about other people. Unless when you find a lady that only cares about herself, that's when you know to run.
And
'Cause-
there are women like that.
Oh
Most
yeah,
of them are lawyers.
yes. But like women want to be moms. That's that's how it works. Like your body should tell you to, hey, you want a baby, like you should procreate. Your body wants you to do that. So
Well, that's also in the man.
Oh, yeah, no,
instinct,
for
but
sure.
Instincts
For sure.
for the women are to then
but then when the
raise
baby
that child.
yes,
not,
when the baby grows up, the moms, they
Yeah.
want to do that. The dudes, not so much. I mean, I'll do it. I'll gladly do it, but I could definitely see why dudes would run away from that situation.
so
Women,
Phil
not so much.
Spencer.
Yes, Phil Spencer. Hey, talk about dudes and
Yeah.
talk about crazy shit. So this week, he said that he was considering that maybe we'll do our exclusives maybe on PS4 too, just so that they're everywhere and we can all play our games together, guys. We can all have fun. He was saying that. He said something else too, but I feel like Phil is just pushing it right now to be like,
Yeah, I
hey,
don't know.
everybody should love us, guys. We're Xbox. We're American, and we love, dude. Everybody should just play together. Minecraft, come on, man, Nintendo. Those dicks at Sony over there, they don't want that. We want everything, guys. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the whole crossplay. I don't.
I love what they're doing with the Xbox. He should just be talking about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yo, we have backwards compatibility. It all looks fucking amazing. All that shit. The game's actually like their online's better than anybody else's. Like, I don't know, man. They should just be talking about that shit instead of being like, oh, those guys over there don't want to play with us. It's just weird.
But again, even if you did have that shit on PlayStation 4, PlayStation's still not letting you do crossplay. PlayStation's not putting it onto the developer to make it crossplay or
Well,
not.
for
It is-
Microsoft to publish a game on the PlayStation, I'm sure they would have to talk with Sony, and maybe they would let Microsoft do it with the Microsoft games.
They're not letting other people go.
Oh, I
crossplay,
know.
So why would,
I know.
So,
I know, but let's say Halo came over. Maybe Sony would go, okay, you can do it with Halo.
I don't know. Like I don't see that actually happening.
Oh, me
either way.
neither. Me neither.
So
Me neither. Nothing of what Phil is saying is likely to happen. But yeah,
it's
no,
I don't
I can't. Like, what a
not like-
dumb thing to say.
like they're not letting crossplay with PlayStation because they have crossplay. Like doesn't what the fuck is it? Rocket League is crossplay with PC on PS4.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You can
So-
crossplay with with PC. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Maybe phones. There might be like an MMO thing that's
Fair
free
enough.
to play that you can do on a phone. But yeah.
So it's not that they're against crossplay; it's that they're against crossplay with their competitor, their main competitor. Even though PC,
Which makes
I think,
sense.
is actually kicking both of their asses at this point in time, but actually, mobile's kicking everyone's ass at this point in time. But
Yes, and has been for a long time.
last 3 or 4 years.
So yeah, Phil Spencer, just stick to talking about what's coming out. I want to know what's coming out next year. God damn it, there's still nothing. Like that's the problem with Xbox One X right now. It's an awesome system, but what are you gonna play on? Like fucking Assassin's Creed? Do that on the PC right now?
Yeah.
I heard that the DRM for that game is terrible and it's bogging down systems. Specifically
On
old
PC,
systems. Yes.
On PC, it definitely is. Yeah.
Because the DRM is maxing out CPUs.
Yeah.
Even if your CPU is
if
the
you're on
best
a,
CPU ever of all time, it will
if
still
you're on,
max it
no,
out.
you need more than 4 threads. If you're more than 4 threads, it's not so bad.
Oh no, but I saw that it still runs. It still takes over whatever CPU you're not using. It will still use the rest of it. Your
That's not what I
CPU
heard.
will run at 100. That's the problem with a lot of people.
If you're at 4 threads, yes.
No,
If
that's
you're
the thing.
over
No,
4
I've
threads,
seen people that have way over 4 threads that it was always at 100, and they were running a 1080. They had everything. So
the 1080 again. That's going to be mostly GPU.
oh yeah, I know it's not going to affect the CPU, but I'm saying they had
Yeah.
a beefy system and it was still running at 100. So there's something weird with the DRM because apparently it's the Novo
yeah.
and something else on top of it.
Yeah.
So eventually that will get cracked and will no longer be a problem. So it's shit that you have to do that now, but hey, we got to do this to protect ourselves, man. It's a dumb excuse. So Warface, do you remember that game?
I somewhat do, yeah.
They reviewed
I
that
don't
at
think
like
I have never
E3 in
played
like
it, but I do.
2014 or something. It's a long ass time ago, but Crytek made this game for the PC. Oh, it was a 360 game too. Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize that. But it's a free-to-play shooter on the PC that is going to be adding a battle royale mode. They say that's for a limited time, and that they want to tweak it and stuff, but they're probably going to put it back up after they take it down and then go
Just like
we
a
tweaked
beta
it.
or something like that, and then
Yeah.
they're gonna re-release it as an update that you have to pay for.
No, because I think the money is in having it free, right? And then having
Maybe,
people
maybe not.
buy the cosmetic shit and whatever else there is in this game.
I honestly have no idea.
Warframe looked cool at that when they first showed it off, and then I never ever heard about it again, and I never got into it. You know,
Never got into it
It looks
at
like
all.
a Crytek shooter. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like. So if you're into those, just go to their website and download it. It's free on the PC right now. And they're going to have a Battle Royale mode soon. They didn't say anything. They just said next update. Next update. And I don't know when the hell that next
that
update
could
is.
be
So
next week or 6 months from now. Who knows?
I'm assuming they want to get it out soon since they said this.
Yeah,
So
you would think so, but
it's Crytek. So I don't know anything about Crytek.
Well, didn't Crytek take a dump on itself, and they had to close a bunch of studios just recently?
Yeah, but that was all the weird little studios that they had. So I'm sure Warface, they made it before. I'm sure it's still fine. And adding a battle royale mode. Well, it's Crytek, so I don't know how many characters they can run in their engine at once. And
But again, it's an old game, so they might be able to.
I just
pick
put
that
it
up
in
and-
there. Just throw it in
Yeah.
there.
and it just newer systems can handle it.
And if you see 50 characters on screen with an old system, oh well. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
So EA this week, this is the news of the week, I suppose. They bought Respawn Entertainment. They paid $151 million. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they did that. Because, it's Vince Zampella and what's his other name? The two dudes that left Activision to make the
I don't know.
studio. One of them left. One of them retired. So he's not even there anymore. And yeah, it's interesting that they would go from... So remember, these guys started at EA working on Medal of Honor. And then they went to Call of Duty. And then they came back to EA. And then they actually sold to EA. So... I wouldn't be surprised in a few years they'd just be like, we don't want to make Titanfall anymore. And then they leave. Or the one guy leaves. That's still there. So, yeah. They could be making bonuses too based on how their next games perform. So,
Right.
could be paying more than $151 million. And they confirmed that there's another Titanfall. So, Titanfall 3 coming. It's coming. I still want to play Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 story mode was apparently interesting.
I really like Titanfall 1. I played it a lot when it was free. It was a dope-ass game, but I just couldn't justify paying full price just for a multiplayer thing. That was kind of cool. And at the time, Call of Duty kind of played like Titanfall. So I was just like, that's all right. I'll just stick with Call of Duty. Advanced Warfare was really good. Anyways, that's it. That's the news of the week. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's Yeah, I was horribly sick over the weekend, so I did not do really anything.
I heard that
From
the Xbox and Xbox 360 games that are backwards compatible, that have that backwards compatibility on Xbox One X, look goddamn amazing.
right. Yeah, well, we were talking about that they were doing some post or something.
So
weird
so
shit
yeah,
that-
so the thing they're doing is actually changing the internal rendering resolution. So they do what emulators do,
right.
basically. Same idea. And Skate 3, I hear, looks goddamn beautiful, rendered in 4K.
Mm.
And Ninja Gaiden, the original, like an original Xbox game running at 4K.
Yeah.
That I saw a screenshot of it. I was just like, that looks pretty smooth. Look at those edges; they're so smooth.
Mm.
That game was those games. I don't even think maybe Ninja Gaiden ran at 720p on the original Xbox, but yeah, those
Would
games.
it have 720?
It's possible.
That was the max output for the system.
Yes, it is. But it's possible that Ninja Gaiden did it.
I don't know.
I can't confirm that for sure. It 100% did 480p widescreen. Like for
Right,
sure
yeah,
it did
yeah.
that. I don't remember about 720. But yeah, man, if I don't even want to say if I had money I'd buy it and go get it right now and just love the shit out of it, but Xbox is missing something for me to just want it, you know? There's something missing, and I don't even want to say that it's games. Because they have games. There's something about it. And most of my friends are on PS4, so maybe that has something to do with it too. Maybe if I just had friends on the Xbox, I'd play it. Or want to get it. And a lot of the exclusives actually are on the PC now anyways. So if you want to play Gears of War that desperately, you could do it on the PC.
Well, the issue that I have with that is that you're having to go through the app shit on
Yeah,
Microsoft's
yeah.
side, which I don't like, because then you only can get it through there. They don't they have sales whenever the fuck they want to have sales, and it's not exactly an open platform.
I
so
do
there's no real
think-
competition.
I do think that it is better than games for Windows that they had before.
Yes, yeah, that was like horrible concept, or not concept, but the
It seemed like an afterthought. They were just, oh shit, we got to put this together.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's the MSN sign in.
The follow through of it was bad. Yeah, the
Yeah.
follow through of games for Windows was not good at all.
Like this stuff is actually like built into Windows now. Like it's kind of cool. Kind of not good, but kind of cool. Kind of good in some ways, kind of bad in some other ways. Like you said, you don't want them to have a monopoly and control everything,
Yeah,
which they're trying to do. God damn it! But they're never gonna take my Steam away. That's my Steam.
oh, and
I
I
want my
actually need
game
to sign
mule.
into my Xbox account to then even view the store. Interesting.
You should just be logged into your Xbox account anyways, at all times. I'm pretty sure I'm just logged into my Xbox account on my Windows 10, even though I never do anything with it anyways.
I'm not.
I should go check out what Xbox 360 games I have digitally.
I would have a couple. I don't know what exactly, but again, it's keyboard and mouse is the main thing for me. But
They could theoretically just do that on the Xbox One. They were talking about just doing that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
they were.
They should just do that with PUBG. Just fucking keyboard and mouse. There you go.
I think that would be a perfect game to set it up on,
Mhm.
because then if you want, and again, PUBG, I don't know, just because it's not like a Call of Duty, it's not super fast paced, so I don't know how much a keyboard and mouse will truly.
So I actually, okay. So in terms of aiming and shit, the keyboard and mouse will be better.
Yes.
But I actually think in terms of picking up loot, if they do it well with a keyboard, with a controller, I actually think picking up loot with a controller would be better, depending on how they implement the controls.
Yeah, like I think it really does depend on the type of game and how it's implemented. But PUBG you can play it as a very slow, methodical game of that, because you're just trying to survive. So running around and stuff with a joystick, like with a gamepad or whatever, is not that difficult. Like just if you're trying to avoid it, if you get a shotgun, then yeah, you're just blasting shit out of the way anyways. But like if you're talking sniper, like people just hide in the grass and snipe.
Oh yeah, no, people
would be-
have gotten good at that game.
Yeah,
And a lot of people cheat at that game too, so.
yeah, doing the horn honking.
No, people like actually hack and cheat, and it's a very big problem with that
Oh.
game right now.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't at first, but Jesus Christ, that the Xbox might actually be a solution for that.
Closing the platform, and yeah, could
Mhm.
be. Or you could be, well, yeah, it is an Xbox 10 platform essentially. So it's not exactly closed if you know what you're doing. So you could theoretically
Oh yeah, like
get
people
shit
hacked
on.
Call of Duty and stuff
Yeah.
on the consoles. I remember playing on the consoles and seeing people literally jump over buildings and fucking jump all around the map and just being like, well, I'm not going to play on this server.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There you go. That's video games for this week. Some stuff did happen. Like EA buying Respawn. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
They're going to be making Star Wars games for a long time. For a very long time.
Yeah, but they're all going to be multiplayer with microtransactions.
Which is what EA wants right now, I guess.
Yep, apparently. It's too expensive to attempt a story-driven narrative.
I wish
Without
we knew more about Visceral. I wish we
Yeah.
knew more. Because
Yeah.
who knows,
Oh,
man?
yeah.
They could have just totally bombed that shit and it was
Yep.
actually bad and everybody was just not getting along and they were just like, well, shit, let's cut our
Yep.
losses.
It could
Or
be.
It could be the total
But it was the
opposite.
statement they made after that fact is what made me more like, closing the studio or whatever didn't, like, okay, yeah, the game could have sucked.
Yeah.
But it was the statement they made after that of that they were going to try to be focusing on non-linear games and things that they can actually have additional payments on and
I
like that.
yeah, I get where they're coming from, but why vocalize it?
Yes.
Nobody likes that. Nobody
Yeah.
EA. No one.
Like coming out and saying that definitely was, I do not think was a good idea.
Okay, so what we're gonna do with our next game is we're gonna nickel and dime everyone. Okay, we're gonna make everybody believe that they're getting into an awesome service, but you're actually just playing.
Well,
like,
that's
this
what Battlefront
weird
2
thing.
apparently is they, like, you can maybe not pay to win, but, like, pay to,
level up, I guess.
yeah, like, it's some of the, like, it's something like you get cards or something like that. So that's how you can become Luke Skywalker, is you have his card.
And are
And
those
by-
in loot boxes, I guess?
Yes. So you can either work to get your loot boxes or pay to get 15 of them. And then you get, it's still a randomized whatever within the loot box, so it's not guaranteed that you're going to get anything that you want, but you're still then just paying to fill up all your cards rather than grinding like what you used to have to do.
Yeah.
But it's,
I
but
think that's
based
a
off of,
problem
like,
with a
if
lot
you
of
can
games,
get
but
like, the thing is, it's still randomized to a point. So the very first loot box you get could be the best version of a Jedi that you get. So whenever you get that special character thing, you just plop that thing down and you ransack the entire map. But again, there's still going to be skill point. Like, you actually have to be skillful, not to just run into a room filled with guys that are just going to fucking blast the ass out of you. So
I'm trying to remember one of the Halo games at that. I don't remember which, but you could basically pay to win.
well, like
Anyways.
all the Call of Duties, you could always pay to unlock your class or something like that as well. Like, it's not a new concept. It's that it's a microtransact, or it's the loot boxes, which is all randomized. So to actually attempt to get everything just as quickly as possible, you have to pay out a lot of fucking money, because you'll get duplicates of cards, you'll get this, you'll get that. Like,